for Bosnia today, who played in the 2014 World Cup. And it's the only change made by Bosnia from their final warm-up game in St. Louis a week ago. Tackles flying in the opening. 3 minutes here as it's swept out right to take on Buchanan down the right side. And drops back here for Muramovic, who plays with Ismail Kone at Sassuolo in Italy. So two club teammates going head-to-head on either side here. Defender, closer goes on his right hand side, they've dropped a little bit deep. I think it was Katic. David delayed and it meant that O'Shea's run did end up being in an offside position. The last match going to take this one down the left side. Two starts at the World Cup in 2014, scored the earliest own goal in World Cup history. So Kolasinac, former Arsenal man. Lukic there feeling like the Fougeron was too tight. It was a foul, but I think he was playing for that one. And the referee, here it is, the Fougeron was pretty tight, but in the end he throws himself over knowing he can't get onto the ball. These are two teams that are in good form. For Canada, only one defeat in the last 17 matches since Jesse Marsh's side were beaten by Mexico to the Eliminations League semi-final in LA in March of 2025. Bosnia and Herzegovina unbeaten in their last 8 since a World Cup qualifying loss 2-1 at home to Austria last September. But of those 8, they've won just 2 and drawn 6. Basic will take this 24-year-old Astana midfielder, plays in Kazakhstan. Basic once again here down the right side with that crossing, looking for Lukic, and the header goes wide. Dangerous ball though, wasn't it? Onto the far post. Cornelius trying to track back, so difficult as a centre-back, and the goal back was trying to get to the ball. Sergei Barbares, the 54-year-old former Bosnian captain. When he took over, he said that their goal was to qualify for Euro 2028. Well, they've made a major tournament much sooner than we anticipated. 47 caps as a player, but he never made a major tournament appearance. Ibrahimovic goes back to Vasil, who will be leaving his club St. Pauli after just getting relegated from the top flight in Germany. Basic out wide to Kolasinac down that left side with the ball played forward. Memic will chase. Lukic there as well, putting pressure on young Luke the Future. That's so well to anticipate balls going up the channel. He's already there ahead of the centre forward. Lukic can't get the position, does so well to allow the pace of the ball just to run out for goal kick. The ball went long last time from the short one and almost got all the way in. Larea couldn't get on the end of that one. Larea plays his club football right here in Toronto. Born in the city, 31 years old now. And a key figure for Toronto FC. He's not played 90 minutes for club or country since April the 22nd, Richie Larea. He missed the last 5 league games with a hamstring injury. But he was involved heavily in the last 2 friendly games building up to this tournament as Canada beat Uzbekistan in front of a huge crowd in the rain at Commonwealth Stadium in Edmonton, and then finished with a 1-1 draw against Ireland a week ago in Montreal. Last match, and Memic were not on the same page. Memic with a nice little run from the flank in behind, wanted the ball just played through. And the foul actually Ibrahimovic, not given by referee for Hotel, and Jonathan David will keep chasing him. David with 11 career goals in this stadium. Just going to say for Kumbadeo, just letting a lot of things go, but you don't mind if there's consistency. Trying to get some flow to the game. The referee was heavily involved in Mexico's opener yesterday. 3 red cards in the game as they beat South Africa. In Qatar. Danilo Shea chasing him as he goes backwards towards Ibrahimovic. Vasil, 7 clean sheets and 26 caps for his country prior to today. Ibrahimovic trying to get on that one in the midfield, but picked up by Stefan Eustachio from Leamington, Ontario. Alistair Johnston down the right side. Buchanan giving chase against Kolasinac. Buchanan coming trying to but on this occasion he's just running out of play. Good battle there between Buchanan and Kolasinac. So it'll be a key match-up, I'd say, this afternoon. Buchanan does have the pace to get him behind the 32-year-old Atalanta defender. Ibrahimovic away, headed back forward by the Fougeron. Alistair Johnston in there with a big challenge. Over Vancouver, drawn up just north of Toronto and Aurora, Ontario. Al Marinic started both of the pre-tournament friendlies against Uzbekistan and Ireland, but Oliver Shea comes in today. His last start was here in the stadium on March 31st in a 0-0 draw against Tunisia. 3 minutes off the bench against Ireland last week after coming on half-time against Uzbekistan. Cornelius defending well there in that battle up top. And we're on a wide to the outside. They've got to against these strikers, so difficult for Cornelius and the Fougeron. Lovely ball forward to battle, but doing well so far. It's just going to continue throughout the afternoon. Not an easy task for both centre-backs in red today. The Royal will throw down the left, in towards Jonathan David. Juventus man finds Liam Miller. He played in the playoff final 3 weeks ago for Hull City at Wembley Stadium in London. Started that game and will be a Premier League player next year. It's a decent run. One from Miller before. Very good. And the runs that 6-yard box again to Cornelius and Fougeron. Bosnian head to it first. As it brought down by Eustachio, they'll go all the way back towards Maxime Crépeau. His first year with Orlando City in Major League Soccer, made his debut against the United States for Canada in February of 2016. Crépeau handed the #1 job last weekend of the game in his hometown of Montreal.
quite a battle between Crépin and Dane St. Clair over the course of the last 18 months or so, after Crépin had been the first choice at Canada's Copa America, which was extremely successful, reaching the semi-final in 2024, only to lose to Argentina. Perez ball inside, although Shea battling front here. And it's still all that on the shoulder, Milic will chase forward. Second foul from Johnson for that one. It's certainly a yellow card. Johnson mistimes it. Comes in late, and Milic has given a terrible ball from Daniel O'Shea, who really missed by about 4 or 5 yards. He should have actually went out to Buchanan, the more positive direct ball. But here, Buchanan's off the screen there out the right hand side. Tries to go back to Johnson, but really just plays in Milic, and Celtic Football Club defender comes sliding into the challenge that was robust to say the least. And now he's going to go the vast majority of the game on a yellow card. It's Alistair Johnston's second World Cup. He played every minute of all 3 games in Qatar. Just won the League and Cup double in Celtic, but had spent much of the winter and spring out with an injury. Started the first 2 league games in August, but didn't play again in the league game until late April. Johnston, the first player into the book for referee Facundo Teo. Johnston, one of only 2 players in the starting lineup today. Tejan Buchanan, the other one, that started Canada's last World Cup game in Qatar, the 2-1 loss against Morocco. Swept in towards Jovo Lukic, replacing Romania with Kulic. Just a 4th cap for him. He's not scored for his country, but he gets the goal today because of the ongoing absence of Edin Dzeko. Yeah, he's a threat from wider areas, from crosses as well. You can see that. He's done well so far to win a couple of headers. Cornelius in with the first challenge. Barak Tarovic down the right. Dedic with the ball forward. Barak Tarovic once again. Quite a story for Esmir Barak Tarovic, who plays for PSV Eindhoven in the Netherlands, but was actually born in the United States. Barak Tarovic made 1 appearance for the US before switching his allegiance to Bosnia. He made his MLS debut as a substitute in this stadium for New England Revolution against Toronto FC back in August of 2022. Pretty sure on that day he wasn't thinking about playing here in a World Cup opener with Bosnia. Well, oh, he's done. And excellent in the Eredivisie with PSV. And ball forward back from the start goal. Before it goes to Vassil, who's played every minute of all 10 qualifying games for Bosnia in goal. They beat Wales on penalties in Cardiff in the playoff semi-final after a 1-1 draw. They beat Italy on penalties in Zenica after a 1-1 draw as well. Good goals in both of those games. In fact, in the semi-final, they were 4 minutes away from one. They were in the game to the box. It's put behind. It's a kind of a corner on the far side. And then for David Gale's quick thinking. He's out there trying to sort of cut it back towards Will. Over the Shea and Ian Miller. Well, you see it again. Quick throw from Alistair Johnson. Really smart from him. Not really got any kind of threat in the 6-yard box. It was difficult for Daniel O'Shea and Ian Miller to catch up with the play because of the 6-foot thinking between Johnson and David. Canada's second corner, this one from the opposite side. Once again they go short. Back out towards Eustachio, who placed this one in off the head of O'Shea. And that seems to hit the referee, so we'll call a halt to this one. Into the 15th minute of play. No real clear-cut chances in either half so far. Exactly how we expected it to be, Luke, as we get a look at this one here. That was another terrible ball from Bumirovic to try and get his strike partner Lukic through. It's been exactly what we expected. It's been tight and tense. Players are not taking chances. They're playing percentage balls. They're getting it forward, and it's a little slower than maybe we thought it was going to be. But that's what happens when stakes are so high. Well, we did predict a 0-0 today. to throw that good ball. Now Kone. Ismail Kone has started quite brightly here. A wonderful ball through to set that attack going.
Yeah, it's a good ball through the lines towards Daniel O'Shea. His attempt at finding David was the right idea. It was just the weight of pass had to be better. Just feed it in a little bit rather than let the boot through it, which he did. It was too much on it.
Loraya wide to the left for Liam Miller. Miller running it by Raktarovic. Here's Loraya. Miller driving towards the byline, stands the cross up. He was unable to get on the end of that one. He provided the assist for Alfonso Green's first in the top. Johnston's ball. International goals back in March. They were going to the penalty spot.
Okay, it's okay. Later.
Bosnian defence, a lot of free moves, beginning the feet of Ismail Kone in this vision, his ability to play passes and drive beyond pressure. That was Canada's first shot in the game, on target from Jonathan David. Something about is the Bosnian head coach, a powerful character.
Actually made a career in the world of poker after retiring as a player. Reached the final of the World Series of Poker 2 times. So he was giving nothing away this week when he was keeping his cards close to his chest with Edin Dzeko's help, although it seems that Dzeko is on the bench but hasn't been training a lot. Huge miss for this Bosnia team. Eustachio turns, picked up by Richard Herrera. Canada driving forward with David. Work that one through to Alan O'Shea. The referee allowing play to continue. Herrera. Starting to be back and he's open on the right. Too straight from Herrera. Just had to open up his vision towards the right-hand side. Canada at this moment showing the athleticism and picking up second balls, taking the play forward towards that Bosnian back four. And you see the foul there from Stefan Eustachio and Varak Tarovic. No rush to take this one. Kratic, the right centre back. We will have a hydration break in the middle of each half of every World Cup game in this tournament. That's brought in new for this World Cup, an expanded World Cup, of course, with 48 teams, more games than ever before. Karadzic chasing down the right side, he gets towards the byline. Assistant referee signaling for a corner. There's some doubt here, I think, between the officials and Robert Larea gets someone on this, but it looked like he got a little touch as Varak Tarovic. Yeah, it does
clearly get a touch by that Karavic. Nice little bit of skill, just drawing Larea in and trying to just jump inside, get beyond him. Larea showing us with his actions there that he got the ball and he did. Dangerous this for Canada. Basic with the ball into the front post. Bosnia with the opening goal of the game. Jovo Lukic in for the injured and Jacko makes his mark. And the first World Cup goal scored on Canadian soil is not from Canada. It's a great ball into that near post. Stacks is the one that gets a little flick on. Larea is marking Jovo Lukic. And what he can do, it's just right on his head. He's got the strength just to hit him off and not that from a yard down into the empty net. All about the delivery and the run from Vlasic. Little flick on. The threat of Bosnia from set pieces has struck with hot Canada here in Toronto Stadium. And in a tight, intense game, we've broken the deadlock in the Ivy League. And Jovo Lukic, the 27-year-old who has had to wait a long time to be called into this squad, has got his first international goal, and what a moment for that. He got called up in March, the first time in over 4 years, but didn't play because of an arm injury. And then made appearances in goal for the pre-tournament friendlies. The future role was fouled. The future role, 20 years and 243 days old. The third youngest player to make a World Cup appearance for Canada. We break the midway mark in the half for the hydration break here. We will be right back.
Hydration break! Everybody drink some water! Hydration break! Drink some water!
The world is changing, but with every challenge comes a chance to live better, stronger, reinvesting in ourselves, buying Canadian, prospering from our resources and critical minerals. Our plan is to create jobs, build affordable homes twice as fast, break down barriers between provinces, and expand global trade. This is our moment to build a strong economy by Canadians for Canadians. A message from the Government of Canada.
You can just stop each time. Oh, we must be careful here. They are checking it. It's got to be hands on the VAR.
For 20 years of supporting the dad, we're actually going to play him. Let's go. So what do you mean? Precision striker, rock solid left back? Is that a coin toss? Oh, yeah, sure. I got it. Let me strip it. How'd you take it? I'll do that. We're on TV right now. Yeah.
Wait for the matchups? Game over. Superior is worth playing for. Middleweight Ultra Zero.
One game set to resume after the first half hydration break. Midway through the first 45 minutes, and Canada trailing by a goal to nil. Jesse Marsh's side beaten by Jovo Lukic in the 21st minute. Vlasic with the assist. It came from a corner. Canada now conceding the opening goal in 6 of their 7 FIFA World Cup matches. Bosnia winning the only previous World Cup game when they scored first. That was 3-1 against Iran, the final game of the group stage in 2014. So what to be done? Yeah, what to be done, but a long time to get that work done. We can't panic, we're going to just be resilient kind of here. It's a disappointment. We've shown so far in this first half that there is opportunities to get at this Bosnian defence. They've got to believe and stay in the fight. The last time Canada trailed was right here in March against Iceland. They were 2 down on that day and they came back to go 2-2. Very different conditions. I think the weather was snowing on that day at the end of March here in Toronto. Yeah. Particular across the middle by that Tanovic. Brings a good battle this between where we are. And the former New England Revolution man, he's a player that has a lot of spirit, a lot of aggression in the way he's put them in different size and lots of quality on that left foot of his. Shell meeting in the air. Jonathan David gets a touch, and this is Alistair Johnston. John Buchanan have made the early run. As Johnston pushes it down that right side, he just keeps the ball in play. It's up against Memic, inside for Buchanan. Long story for John Buchanan, who fought back from the injury that he sustained at Copa America. His tournament was ended early, and he said at one point he wondered if his career might be over. Is now 20 of the last 21 games for Buchanan since a broken tibia at Copa America. Pistachio's ball in towards Jonathan David. Only got a touch, comes back out for Liam Miller. And put away in the midfield there. No shouts from Canada here in terms of what part of tactics is going to stop that shot. It appeared like Mimic's on the Mimic has doubled over, but I think his tactics have got the ball on the left hand from David to come back out his left hand side. You don't see it. And that's why Mimic is going. Got a bit of a block as that wide free kick came in from Pistachio. 15th cap from Mihajlovic, who played every minute involved in Bosnia's playoff games. Kevin shows the run to this one. Gets there in the fight with Kolasinac. And it's gone off Kolasinac's right. So it's a penalty corner on the far side. A third corner of the game. They've gone short from both of the previous corners. I've got a feeling this one's coming in. And there's a good fight to have between Kolasinac and Buchanan at the moment. Buchanan stretching Kolasinac. Pistachio's outswinger. All the way towards the middle. Miller. Very close to the outbox. He'll come in for a Pistachio to get this one in, but he does well to protect the ball. The delivery into the middle and wins a free kick because Mihajlovic is too aggressive. The visual of Cornelius are both forward to the left, but Harris inside the penalty area. Pistachio stands on the free kick. Alistair Johnston's ball over the top of Mihajlovic, heads it away, and picked up in the midfield by Teperovic, the grinding man. He's trapped by John. He's got support from John Buchanan, turns backwards though into the midfield, and Buchanan stepping forward there to get things going. Now to Smelkone. Canada look most vulnerable when they've got these free kicks and wider areas, leaving themselves a bit open at the back. Miller coming inside, along the edge of the box, Conway couldn't get there. And Demirovic brings it away down the right touchline. Bosnia causing Canada some problems in transition. They really are. It's particularly with everyone forward for
The set piece where it's away from kick or a corner. Just losing a lot of the races in terms of going back the other way. Bosnia committing players forward with pace. You've got to be careful and keep an eye on that one. Make sure that they don't concede a second.
You can. Johnston inside for Stefano Stacchio. Stacchio made his Canada debut in fall 2019. Here's to Fougeron. Wide for Kone. In Montreal and Ismail Kone, who now plays in the top flight of Italy. Forward it goes, Mihajlovic. Kone's got teammate, clears away. It's a Canada throw on the left side.
Get the ball to Kone. Lovely pass there again into Daniel O'Shea's feet. He's going to get more and more touches.
Going towards the byline and then the promising moments for Canada. O'Shea does good. Gets up there quickly there, Daniel O'Shea. Keep the ball moving, Canada. They're going to keep this tempo high. O'Shea
underneath it, leaning back, and over the crossbar. It was a perfect chance, two great opportunities for the two strikers, Jonathan David and Kai O'Shea so far in this first half. Daniel O'Shea, born in Nigeria, moved to Mississauga, just outside of Toronto at the age of 10, now plays for Villarreal in Spain. I think when you're floor a bit tight and you're in doubt, you can go a bit more for power rather than try to place it in the top corner. Just hit through the ball, hit the target and takes Vassier in the goal. He's trying to be too precise for that one.
O'Shea has it scored in his last 11 for Canada since a goal and an assist in the Gold Cup opener this time last year, a 6-0 win in Vancouver against Honduras. Johnston with a looping throw towards the flat post. And Lukic the goal scorer. Ryan high to help behind for another Canada goal. Canada's fourth corner of the game. Stacchio with the delivery once again. The Fougeron climbing on the end of it. And now Amar Medic is chasing forward. Richie Larrea getting back to do the defending. And it goes back to Larrea. One many people in Richie Larrea in that sort of situation.
But again, Luke, they get out because of it. They've got runners coming forward. Canada struggling a little bit to match them in terms of that counter-attack and that break from Bosnia and Herzegovina. You think that they're going to button up a little bit there, maybe an extra player back. Corner kicks out swinging towards that penalty spot, not working either. Maybe go back to the short one.
Bosnia scored in the 21st minute here. In the last 15 minutes, Canada have had 77% of the possession. Outside of the goal scored by Bosnia, Canada have had the better of the chances, but unable to convert on both occasions. Strong header from Derek Cornelius.
Good header. You just keep your eye on the ball and come through and strike and win it fairly. Excellent stuff from Cornelius.
Cornelius played the full game against Ireland a week ago. It's his first full 90 minutes across all countries since November the 2nd. Had an injury issue with Rangers in Scotland and then fell out of favour with their head coach Danny Rowe. And Cornelius didn't play for the rest of the season at Rangers. Right, Reynolds amongst the celebrities in the house today. Quite an occasion in downtown Toronto. a special day all around.
Absolutely. Everyone wants to be here.
Maybe he's scouting direction. With Ryan Reynolds. Miller. Back it comes here for Derek Cornelius. With the Fougeron. Cornelius forward towards Miller, who just keeps that one in play. Obviously closing down quickly, but that's a great ball through to Conway, who skips the first challenge.
Tracker again from Jonathan David. Another little spin from Coney. Just can't connect the pass. Canada just trying to play a little bit quicker, just getting caught. That split second late to see the gap, drive through it, play a pass through. Just a little bit ponderous in the actions.
Eustachio. Johnston chasing forward. Namic going across to defend for Bosnia as it comes into the middle towards Stefan Eustachio. His 57th appearance for his country. Put away by Dedic. Coney gets a good put to that one. He's been so influential for Canada so far.
He's got to get on the ball more, as much as possible, get Coney in possession.
Coney down the line for Miller. Miller towards the byline, gets the cross in, but Vasil can get there. Miller gets the corner, it's set on there.
Boom off. Dedic, I think it was, right full-back. Top player Dedic, Benfica man. Can go forward as well, but does never shuts his defensive responsibilities. Another corner for Canada, this time pretty certain it's coming right under the crossbar of Nicolas Vasil.
Eustachio's ball in. Jonathan David at the back post.
They're calling for handball. I think it hits his arm, but I believe it's in beside his chest.
There's Kolasinac here.
It hits his arm. It'll be a real harsh one. It doesn't even hit his arm, does it? It almost hits his side, maybe grazes his arm, but no way will that be given a penalty kick.
Eustachio in, Cornelius was climbing. Cleared away by Dedic, who actually played for Jesse Marsh. Marsh coaching Dedic, the Bosnian right back at Red Bull Salzburg. In fact, Dedic signed his first pro deal just after Jesse Marsh had arrived there at the club. There was also Derek Cornelius' teammate when he was on loan at Marseille in February of 2025. Cornelius on the ball now. This is the Fougeron. Buchanan up against Nemic. Sean Buchanan runs towards the byline. Buchanan wins the corner on the far side. It's corner after corner here for Canada, but can they make them count?
Yeah, good play from Buchanan. Gets himself on with one with Nemic and drives at him. There's an earlier chance to put it in, but he tries to go again. In fairness to Omar Nemic, he does really well to get back.
Eustachio's ball in. Cornelius lancing off the head, drops towards Liam Miller. Headed away only as far as Ismail Kone. Another deflection, another corner. And this is number 8 for Canada in the first 49 minutes.
It's incredible. It's a lot of corners in the first half. Eustachio taking every single one of them. Less effective from this far side where it's an outswinger, but Cornelius and the Fougeron up from the back again alongside Tanio Roger. Shot this time from Eustachio.
Sent to Buchanan, back for Stefan Eustachio. Here's Ismail Kone. Kone rolls it through. He's looking for Jonathan David. The Fougeron flips on. Mihajlovic away. Off the head of Liam Miller, and now Richie Larea with the high ball hoisted forward towards Jonathan David. I wonder if the flag might have gone up anyway.
It was tight. He might have been on, keeping an eye on it. It was just an up and under from Richie Larea, but David right onto it. It's so difficult. He does get his foot on it, but coming over the shoulder like that from such a height, really hard task to bring it down, get a shot away.
Strong header from Katic at the back. He plays in Germany with Schalke. A Fuscher all across. Barak Karavic with the ball back for Dedic. Barak Karavic once again. Eustachio first there. The Fuscher all turns. Canada playing their way out of trouble here from deep inside their own half. Inside the final 5 minutes plus stoppage time at the end of the first 45 in Toronto.
No doubt the Fuscher. He fell surely, yeah. One of his strengths is there to dribble past pressure. He's confident enough to trust in his own ability. Played a lot of youth and reserve games at full-back, left and right, so off either side he feels good. Canada got a lot of momentum at the moment. Since that hydration break, they've had loads of possession. And Dzeko warming up, so suggestions that maybe is okay to play some minutes in this game.
Jesse Marsh said at the press conference yesterday here in the stadium that Alphonso Davies is the only player not available for Canada today. Everybody else is healthy enough to play some minutes, which is a huge turnaround given the issues that Canada had with injuries heading into this tournament. Johnston finds Eustachio. Mihajlovic forward. Nemec putting the pressure on Alistair Johnston, who was fouled. Canada have not lost in this stadium.
Just in the yellow banner, and the Nemec gets the ball over there. Again.
November 2023, a 3-2 loss against Jamaica. Before that, September 2010, lost against Peru. Maybe 2010, was 10,000 in attendance. Times have changed, down by the lake shore. Wales go forward. Brings it back the other way.
He's superb, really hard. It's just the little things, the way that he's tracked back, he's done so well defensively.
The throw down the left side. That's it, towards in the air, 18 cap for the top of Collins' head. The release is there. Backwards, O'Shea fighting to try and get onto it. Jesse Marsh wanted to try and use the pace of Daniel O'Shea to get in behind the back of Bosnia and Herzegovina. Worked on a lot of occasions today, but so far he's had one chance that O'Shea had. It's Johnston trapped back and goes out of play.
Wonderful defending from Johnston. It's not easy against Nemec and Susha. Loves to run and test fullbacks. Johnston's got to be careful on that yellow. Karavic again there, nice little bit of skill, but releases things through the middle and out to the left-hand side where Nemec is consistently going to be
Last try from Austin, but never really trouble. Maxime Dracoda from the shot by Tadeurovic. You talk about Barak Karavic and his influence, 21-year-old. Scored the winning penalty against Italy, had 1 goal in 7 appearances in qualifying. Like a foul there, Tadeurovic went in. And Derek Cornelius. There was a great video after Barak Karavic had scored that goal, the penalty against Italy.
Let's see, there's a catch on the ball a little bit, but I think it's a pretty harsh yellow through the Cornelius kicks it, the way which is like
First yellow again for Bosnia. Tadeurovic follows Alistair Johnston of Canada into the referee's book. There was video of Barak Karavic scoring a penalty when he was 6 or 7 years old in the backyard in Appleton, Wisconsin, with his Bosnia jersey on. And then he goes and does it on the biggest stage to take his team to a World Cup. Dreams coming true for many players out there today. Johnston's ball forward.
good step from Mihajlovic, like the pass. There's that pace in the air to get there first. And it's really difficult for him, isn't it?
they walked into the stadium with the university, have a hard time thinking that either Mike Myers or Ryan Reynolds will have got as many handshakes and hugs as you have come into this spectator. Managed down the left side, across Josh Cornelius. Looking for the offensive Erupts. The start gets to get away for Canada. Tayshaun Buchanan. Checks it away. Last time Canada came from behind to win competitive matches here in this stadium, October of 2021 World Cup qualifying, to 4-1 win against Panama. And that incredible Alfonso Davies goal that stopped the country in its tracks. Scoring in the same net, the same end of the stadium that Canada is heading towards in this first half. Bosnia going towards the end where their main group of supporters is up to the upper tier, the south end of this stadium. Tayshaun Buchanan coming inside. And that's going to have the ball back to the throw. Yeah, Buchanan, a heavy touch inside. Recognition from Bosnia, he likes to just shift to his right, try to get out, run the outside. Cannon just slowing down the defender, then change the pace. You see there the tackle from Tahinovic. Fortunately for Bosnia, crashes off the post. Johnston heads it back in. Alan O'Shea fighting for a After a good pass there from Correa and Eustachio, followed by Nikola Katic. The whistle goes for the referee, and Jorge Lukic has the only goal of the game so far. His first international goal. Still getting Barbaros and Bosnia are leading after 45 minutes. Chances for Canada, but the midway mark down by the windshield. Back in trouble, Romney. And also,
take the pitch with FanDuel's new footy features. Bet all 120 minutes and get early payouts when your team goes up 2. Live betting lets you set up an average strike. And with FanDuel's new Super Sub, if your player is subbed out, your bet stays in. At FanDuel, every score means more. North America's #1 sports booking casino. FanDuel, play your game. There's dreaming about it.
is experiencing it with Amex Platinum. The trip you imagined becomes unimaginably real. You're seated at the hottest table in town. And just like that, you've scored access to pre-sale tickets and seen every word. For a life like no other, you need a card like no other. There's nothing like Amex.
Guys, I hate to break it to you, but we don't have enough legs for the game.
Let's go to the store then.
We cannot go in there. It's too hot. Hi, how you doing? We're having an awesome viewing party, and if you have legs, you can come with us. Oh,
In Canada, our future stars don't simply show up on the world stage. They are built from the ground up, right here in the heart of our communities. From the childhood dream to the national team. We are Canada, driven by Volkswagen.
Where is it? 10 seconds before the whistle, and you think this is a good time to put it to sea, Bass? Really, Terry? Come on. Just get rid of the liberty down there. What are you doing? You need to leave. Bobby Ramsey. Who could cook at a time like this? With hundreds of dinners and the words.
Serbian-born striker who did not appear in a single World Cup qualifier, and here he is scoring in the World Cup and scoring the first ever World Cup goal in Canada in Bosnia in 1-0 lead of a half much to the light of thousands in those two sections here at Toronto Stadium. The numbers, as the guys mentioned, Canada dominating in possession, which is not necessarily what they always want, and in shots and corners particularly. 10 corners for Canada, and they get very little out of them. 1 corner for Bosnia, and it's the 1 goal in the game so far. Playing Canada, James Duffy alongside the 2 Canadian captains, Atiba Hutchinson, Julian de Guzman, and Kevin Kilbane. So a lot of positives in the last 20 minutes, but let's face it, that was a nightmare scenario for Canada to give up the first goal earlier. And there's so much focus on Eddie Jekyll, when you play or not, and it ends up being the guy who replaces him who gets the goal. Where were the mistakes made on that corner?
Well, first of all, you've got to look at you see Stefan Estaquio's position at the near post. I think he's got to engage James. He's got to be almost backing into Kolasinac. You've got to flip on it, and that was how it kind of went. Because as soon as Kolasinac gets the flip, that's the ball gets caught out, and then it's Lukic just there in front of Richie Rivera. So a number of errors. I think Julian, I just think he's got to get hold of him there. Stefan Estaquio having to prevent him jumping.
Absolutely, you can see he's stepping out of his position, expecting a short corner, but once that short corner is played, then you step up the position. You have to wait in the most dangerous part of the field, and that's where it was in the near post, where Estaquio needs to make a silent and squeeze on teams. And, you cannot give away a simple play like that from your movement, and that's what it comes down to in this situation here.
Matter of details, it's 2 steps and you're in the wrong position. It's so dangerous to be in that near post and not get the first header on that, and you're in big trouble when you don't get that first header.
That's the goal as well. I feel as though he just put that. Yeah, I believe he should be staying in the middle of his scope in that position there. I've been told off yesterday by Milan Borjan for describing goalkeepers, but I think he should be staying in that position, James.
All Jesse Marks talked about, crosses, set pieces, and they've worked on it countlessly over the last couple of weeks, but that's what gets them. The other problem for Canada is the problem that has plagued them much of the last year. They only have 7 goals in the last 8 games, been shut out the last 4 times. A lot of creating chances and just no finish.
Well, listen, we all have our eyes on Jonathan David, and this is a moment where we knew it going to happen. He finds these second balls. He's been great at those second balls, and those are the moments where he can step up and, okay, it's this weak foot button. If you use it across your body, you're going into a position where the keeper will have no chance. And Teach, this is more for me a psychological problem. He has to be mentally prepared for the moments and not the moment that he has, and that's probably the only chance of getting it in.
Yeah, and it's, again, you know, right foot and left foot, we've seen him put that ball in the back of the net over and over, and it's that sharpness that he's missing right now. Another one here from Tani, I think. We've seen this a lot from Tani. He's got to hit the target here.
You asked a question before the game, didn't you, James, about Tani and his finishing and his wasteful. That from Jonathan Davis should be in the back of the net, and that's what we are, yeah.
And then 5 minutes later, after that chance is missed, then we can see the goal.
So we look forward to the second 45, which is obviously critical. We've said before this tournament, this is the biggest match of this group. You're going to need likely 4 points to get through. 3 maybe, but it starts to get a little bit dicey there. So they need a result of some sort. What has to change, or perhaps who?
I would probably prefer a little bit of physicality to come on. We're all looking to promise David as being this next sub out there, and I think he provides something absolutely in the penalty box. Canada have been dangerous at times, they've caused problems. I think there is weaknesses with Bosnia's backline, and I think Canada needs, I would feel as well, when they get into wide positions, Julian, cross a little bit quicker into the box.
Yeah, it's got to be a bit more direct. Tejan has gotten himself in some really good positions, though. You know, but he takes the extra touch for no reason. Once you beat your man, Teach, and you've gotten that extra yard, that ball's got to go, you know, in between the backhand and the keeper. It could be either own goal or could land on one of our strikers.
Yeah, whip it in when they least expect it. Because if you continue to get to the byline, then they're getting back into position. So you get them on the corner and they just whip it in, and the runners are going to be there.
Will it be Promise David? Will it be Kyle Larin? Jesse talked about liking the idea of Kyle Larin and Ogden. Do we see both of them perhaps?
I wouldn't be surprised if there's a change at half time, because Jesse March needs to shake this up a little bit. He needs to get a reaction in the first 10 or 15 minutes, and hopefully that'll be the case. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Kyle Larin come on at half time.
All right, electric crowd here in Toronto, but disappointment really except for the 2 blue sections at the back as Bosnia gets the lone goal of the first half of the first ever World Cup game in Toronto, and the celebrations for the Bosnian fans. See if Canada can get some of that back in the second.
Go back home from games.
Oh, Lush. Hey!
Okay.
Across the box, please.
Sorry, mate. Don't go south of the river.
Let's go.
This way to the stadium?
Everything's a captain with pizza.
We are deep into stoppage time. Oh, they must be careful here. They are checking it. It's going to be in the hands of the VAR.
If you're looking for the future of football, it's going to be me.
Pero pronto lo vas a saber.
That's cute. I'm gonna be so big. I won't even be able to walk down the street.
The future is already here. Next starts now.
Been in Canada for 240 years. You get around in plastic cups, fancy cups, teacups, these little cups. On no cup at all. From glassware to footwear to everywhere in between. Because it doesn't matter what it's in. It matters where it's from. Molson at one.
Back in Toronto tonight, the third and final host of this World Cup Open tournament as the Americans take on Paraguay in Los Angeles. They're 5-2-2 all time against Paraguay. They played them recently, beaten 2-1 in a friendly back in November, 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 Pacific on TSN. The last time Canada came from behind the win was November of 2022, right before the World Cup, and they did it against Japan. Of course, came from 2-0 down to draw with Iceland in that friendly a few months back. But down here, that was just his reaction to the Jonathan David mix. The emotions of a World Cup. A massive 45 minutes ahead for Marsh in Canada.
Yeah, I can't share screen right now. I'm clicking it and everything. Thank you, Dennis. Sorry, am I muted? Okay.
Será la plus grande du monde. C'est le football pour la vie. Acabamos de falar de tudo com a Canadá. Não importa onde estejas. O momento de vida, a paixão ao futebol, pertenece to the biggest team on the planet. Se tú en fútbol y likes fútbol.
Welcome back inside Toronto Stadium with Ron alongside Stephen Caldwell as the teams make their way back out here with Cameron trailing by 1 goal to 0. Jurgen Lukic scored his first international goal in the 21st minute of this one. But Canada dominated, they had their opportunities. The best two chances falling to Jonathan David and Harry Henry. So is it moment of sign for Jesse Marshall's player, or are they going to try something different last year? I'm not sure they'll try something different, but I think they're going to up the pace a little bit and be a bit more intentional in what they're trying to do with it. Take it different times, but overall, I really feel bad for Canada. I think Jesse Marshall will have been pretty positive in that dressing room at half-time and several ones that helped his players. Very disappointing goal to concede from them, but ultimately, they're absolutely in this game. And the next chance that falls away is vitally important. They have to put it in the back of the net. They have to be clinical. And if they can get that next goal, then it's game on and they're going to win this. It's the fifth time in the 7 World Cup matches that Canada have been losing at one time. They're yet to come back in any game to their opponent. Canada has turned things around here as well. They're actually their first World Cup win or the first World Cup win. Will they be that first home World Cup win? Pretty early shot, and that's in trade contested inside the opening moments. Ivanovic was quiet as he's not really been in the game. We'll mention Jovo Lukic really more than he's really seen a strong partner in the Stuttgart man. Can't afford to give him any space and time in the box, so he was absolutely deadly. Here's his chance again. It's a process. That's a target, that's a comfortable one for Max Triple to make the save. Jovo Lukic still to go. He won 100 duels from any other player on the pitch in the first half. He's certainly taken his opportunity after coming in for the injured Edin Dzeko. Dzeko unable to start the game, but is available on the bench. The 40-year-old veteran. many years at the very top of the European game. An absolute terrific first half from Lukic. And we really got that goal, but overall I thought he was excellent. What he played in his third cap, so no experience at this level, but given his opportunity, he's absolutely taken it. That's the flip into that one. Chases that one surface. He crosses. They've got to put it out of play. They won't commit these defenders. They'll go slide, they'll commit to things. They can't just keep it a little bit quicker, a little bit pure. Shea towards the man. Matic doing the defending.
Thank you, you did something.
Long throw into the box, on the way towards the back post where he never will go chasing the children out of there as well. He turns under pressure from Demirovic. And this is Dufour. Oliver Shea. Got 2 assists in the final. And a penultimate friendly. Against his best defender, Oliver Shea. He can't really leave this one for Alistair Johnston. But through again from Johnson. Buchanan still turned into the box. Right now, Bosnia meeting most of what is coming at them. His first World Cup, his first international starting, Copa America in the 3rd place game. His ball played through towards Ireland. Back on his feet, that's it. Still down, receiving some treatment here as we take another look at what happened. He's shaking the leg in his back team, and shoots out his way to the semi-final. Looking at it like that, it's quite tight. And fearless to put it at the same time. Another aerial duel one. Looks like Bosnia are absolutely dominating this game, 29-36. Duels won so far from them this afternoon. It's got to be better than that. Canada needed to slow the heart rate and become confused with let themselves down. Still, we want person has been 2-3 hit the Davis chance and even just to find the corner. Although Shea had to select a bit of finishing there. Liam Miller just had a simple pass to put Danny over Shea through really off the mark. But how's your lacking in big moments? Yep. As Canada trying to find their way back into the game that they've trailed since just before the midway mark in the first half. Who looked return on the far side. Actually playing for a Canada throw. Now they're heading towards the south end of Toronto Stadium in this second half, the late short end of the stadium. Cornelius with the ball back forward, looked down by Jonathan David. This is a new note out on the left side up against Barak Towridge. Now to Skakio. Everyone back behind the ball defending for Bosnia and Herzegovina here. Cornelius with a cross into the box, and Vancouver is able to play. Unchallenged, really. I mean, it's a lot close to him from Cornelius. I don't mind the fact that he wrapped his feet around and tried to put pace in the cross, but not like he was always had a chance. That's a goes off Kolasinac, 32-year-old defender. He's done well, although he's won a lot of battles against Dejan Buchanan so far. He's again the German-born left-back who plays for Atalanta. Second most caps on the squad. In fact, he's a book for Bosnia. Each of the last 14 calendar years, Kolasinac is making his debut in November 2013 against Argentina. Like those years when he was successful with Arsenal. Won the FA Cup with them in 1920 season. They won in the final, and won against Chelsea. Muranovic, back it goes for Vasil. Katic. Next up for Canada, they head to Vancouver for the final two group games. They'll play against Qatar and then Switzerland. Those two teams will meet in their Group B opener tomorrow afternoon. Canada's seventh all-time World Cup game. Right down the left side, up against Danish. They will still back for Canada. Terrific football. Look at Leicester. Pass from Coney and then put Maria through. Slides it beyond the side. Little touch there off the goalkeeper's left ankle, which gives Kolasinac the chance to just inadvertently smack it off the crossbar. He doesn't know what he's doing, but fortunately for him in Bosnia and Herzegovina, crashes square off the bar and out to safety. Really unlucky for Canada. The red wave continuing to grow down here in Toronto. But here's danger. Demirovic has played. Great goalkeeping from Kapol. Comes out of nothing really. Mihajlovic ball forward. That's the crossover between the Fugero and Cornelius. The Fugero follows the run of Lukic, Demirovic. Again, just thinking too much. He's going to just slide it past Kripov. He's trying to take it round him. Goalkeeper gets a touch in it, puts it out for a corner. Larena's chance. Unbelievable. That doesn't find the back of the net. Fortunate for Kolasinac, but he stays with it all the way. Bosnia's second corner, and Paul Kane couldn't quite get there, but Canada gets away with it here, and Canada have the numbers up. Jonathan David through the middle. He'll chase this one himself as it goes all the way back towards Vasil. It's an open game at the moment, and that will suit Canada. Jesse Marsh telling me this morning when we chatted that he thinks they can catch Bosnia in transition. Miller looks towards the back post. That's a disappointing ball again, isn't it? From Leo Miller. The industry is there, and unquestionable from Miller, but at times he's just a little erratic with his deliveries and his decisions. Jesse Marsh may be pondering some changes. Promised David, we've already seen as he has made a miraculous comeback from injury, would be a player who can come on in this sort of situation with the game wide open, has already shown us with the goal that he scored in Edmonton and got cancelled out for offside. He is straight back into his form. Jonathan David down the right, and he shows in the middle. It's the reflections too slow from David again. Well, he's got to be quicker onto that to get it in the middle. Again, I've praised the defending from Katic, but that is a chance to put the ball in the back of the net. There's no doubt about it. Johnston with a quick thinking yet again with a throw-in. Canada caught out Bosnia 3 or 4 times with that quick throw in the right from Alistair Johnson. David just a little off it, isn't he? He's
His pace is just a little slow at times. Can he just find that extra gear that we know he's got in him? The throw goes the other way. Bosnia and Kolasinac specifically were taking too long to take that. Already maybe looking to waste a few moments here, and we're only 11 minutes into the second half, but Richie Larrea's effort cleared off the bar by Kolasinac. As a former central defender, I mean, you couldn't do that if you tried, could you?
No. Was he trying to do anything there?
He's just getting someone on it. He's a yard out from the goal line. He's just trying to get.
But nine times out of 10, that's an own goal.
Oh, of course, it's an own goal. It's in the back of it. It's so fortunate, but he stays with the play. He doesn't give up. He doesn't get caught ball watching, even as it goes past his goalkeeper, who got the slicks, the touches, which ironically gave him the chance to make that, you know, fortunate clearance. So it's just really unlucky from Canada. Football was lovely. Cody again was on the ball in that move a couple of times with key passes. Thomas David is getting set to come in here just before the hour mark. An incredible story for a player from Brampton, Ontario, who plays for the New Saint-Germain in Belgium. He went off injured with a hip injury in February. But his World Cup dreams are over. Kolasinac with a high ball forward. Maxi Crepeau comes a long way to get there. How's that coming up for a corner? Alice, the decision wasn't it? Should have caught it. Clear. Move away he likes to try and punch it, and doesn't get connection. He wanted, as we saw in the first half, a real threat Bosnia have as these corner kicks. Basic again out to take this. You know where it's going. Third corner of the game, they score from their first into opposite shot box and headed over by Mihajlovic. Thomas David will be the first change. James Shackelberg and Ahmed also going through intense warm-ups as well. Two players that have fought back from injury, weren't involved in the two games before the World Cup. And Buchanan was battling well for that there. Looks like three shots coming here from Jesse Marsh, Shaffer Bogami and Promise David. Shackelberg, such a key figure in Copa America. He really rose to prominence and was relied upon by Jesse Marsh, especially after Tejan Buchanan's injury. This is kind of like Eric Gabriel's. Now, a little bit down the left side. 1 minute towards the stop here. Picked up by Jonathan David. Now it's Ismail Kone with space to go forward. Kone. Miller. By Larrea, who was chasing, but Eric Talbot didn't get away down that far side. It's out of play for a throw. Windle from literally outside movements. A decoy run. It's to try and open up space for Miller to maybe play into Stacko, into forward. Who's that decision there? Was offside, Daniel O'Shea. With a change coming for Bosnia as well. They're going to bring in Armin Gigovic and also Samed Bazdar. Bazdar, a striker. Maybe a straight swap up top for Lukic, we'll see. He's only scored one international goal in 13 games. Gigovic born in Sweden. So Jesse Marsh will bring on Shackelberg, Ahmed and Thomas David. And the show looks like Miller as well. And Tejan Buchanan. Late for late, isn't it? Yep, and Jesse Marsh. I'm used to seeing Ali Ahmed on that left-hand side, he's going to play on the right. We'll get to Jonathan David right on the show. Jonathan David, Buchanan.
and Miller, the players leaving the game.
Decision to take David out, not a great afternoon, no doubt. He's been off it, but he is the main man up top. He has been for a number of years for Canada, so it's a big call from Jesse Marsh to put in Promise David alongside Oliver Shea, who in fairness in the second half especially has had way more joy against the Bosnian defence.
3 goals and 10 caps for Promise David, who scored a goal on his debut a year ago in this stadium, a 4-2 win against Ukraine.
Collision there between Maria and Tarovic. That kind of days, there's been a lot of 1v1 battles out there, whether it was aerially or on the ground. It's been a really tight, intense game throughout with not a lot of chances. Canada have had a couple, couldn't take them. Very little from Bosnia, but that one quality corner kick from the centre party passage led to that goal from Lukic, who's also off. Gets the free kick here. Promise David straight into the action. And he's just pulling back to Herovic. Also Gigovic, a substitute. He's holding on his face, there's nothing in that. Promise David's just trying to run a battle, he's going to keep his arms down.
When Promise David got injured in February, Jesse Marsh called him and said, I will give you until the very last minute to get ready for this World Cup. He is the sort of player, while limited on international experience, who has been scoring goal after goal at club level, and it's different to anything else that this Canada squad has. Toronto Stadium, taking footage from the front. One out member from the Vancouver Whitecaps fan.
Between the two of them managed to really stop the shot from what really caught behind it.
Ahmed has also injected some pace down this right side since coming on.
As running in the fitness, but I think a little bit different from Canada, running more inside and combining, connecting really as a game, just coming in off the fly.
One goal and 4 assists. He's now 25 caps for Canada for 25-year-old Ali Ahmed. Our Toronto, in his debut in the 2023 Gold Cup, had a goal and an assist in the 3-0 win in Romania last September. And Richard Reyes stepping inside. The Reyes can as we head towards what will be the second half hydration break. For the 8th time, Canada have played its European opposition under Jesse Marsh. They won 3, lost 1 and drawn 2. The only defeat was against the Netherlands 4-0 in Marsh's first game in charge in June of 2024. Their last win against European opposition was 1-0 in Wales in September. A conjuring free kick from Derek Cornelius that day. outside, under pressure from the pressure. And gets away the free kick. Actually, using his experience that he has, but the Fusion has to step off him. He's going nowhere. Here comes the hydration break with a little over 20 minutes remaining in Canada trailing. We'll be right back.
Take the pitch with FanDuel's new footy features. Bet all 120 minutes and get early payouts when your team goes up 2. Live betting lets you celebrate every strike. And with FanDuel's new Super Sub, if your player is subbed out, your bet stays in. At FanDuel, every score means more. North America's #1 sportsbook and casino. FanDuel, play your game.
We've removed the full HST on new homes and cut municipal fees, saving you up to $200,000 on a new home. It's just one way we're taking action today to make homes more affordable tomorrow. Like building homes faster by cutting red tape and partnering with municipalities to build more homes. Because by making housing more affordable today, we can get more families in more homes tomorrow.
FIFA World Cup 2026 lives on TSN. Oh, that's fantastic! Every match, every moment. Get 3 months of TSN for $59.99. Offer ends July 20th. Subscribe now.
Can you hear who's coming?
Yes, doesn't know his week.
My enemies have been allowed to muster their strength.
Some big moments ahead as Jesse Marsh and his coaching staff discuss next steps. His changes have had an impact here. Canada have gone close on a number of occasions, but so far denied by the bar, denied by goal line clearances, and in the first half a couple of poor decisions or poor finishes, and Canada find themselves trailing here 20 minutes or so from time plus stoppage time remaining in the first game played on Canadian soil in the World Cup. Are they going to find a way back here, Stevie?
Yes, they are going to find a way back. We're going to get other chances in this game, and someone's going to be a hero this afternoon to bring Canada back in this game.
The only previous World Cup for Bosnia, they lost against Argentina in their first ever World Cup game. They lost against Nigeria and they won 3-1 against Iran. Nigeria again, the only World Cup match they failed to score in. And they got the goal 20 minutes in today through Jovan Lukic, his first international goal. He's since left the game.
Risky from Diffusion there.
And this is the problem now with Canada having to push forward. There will be opportunities here for Bosnia going in the opposite direction. I think Ahmed runs into trouble there as Tahirovic picks it up. Kone just still getting back to his feet on halfway. Sent long by Memic. One in the air by Larea. This is Jacob Schaffelberg. Not on the same page there as Richie Larea.
Just go forward, Schaffelberg. He's get some space in front of him, look. Jacob Schaffelberg. Kone not too happy with that decision from referee Facundo Teo. It's a chance for Bosnia just to break up the game. What an angle this is of that far. Placement, you can see it here. It just goes over. Does the substitute? Was that? There's a picture of him. Alphonso Davies, I'm sure, really frustrated watching on from the sidelines, wishing he could impact this game.
Ivan Sunic getting set to come in. The defensive midfielder who plays in Cyprus with Paphos. All appearances, all starts in qualifying. And we're also going to bring in Karim Alibegovic, just 18 years old, German-born, plays for Red Bull Salzburg, but heading back to Bayer Leverkusen after this World Cup. And he'll replace Barak.
Yeah, terrific Barak this afternoon. Done a lot of great things, as did Mimic. Different styles between these two wide men for Bosnia, but both very effective. More of a 4-5-1 now from Bosnia, with Bazda, the substitute, who came on as a forward now, out on the right-hand side. Alibegovic, the exciting young talent, on this left-hand side. Sunic are just sitting in the middle of the park in the deep-lying midfield position.
Jesse Marsh getting Kyle Laren ready to come in.
Schaffelberg here wanted a foul, but it's pretty close to the touchline. Dedic did win the ball, but I don't know if he caught him as much as Schaffelberg made out there.
Johnston forward. Corey couldn't bring it under control in the midfield. Cornelius with the challenge. Schaffelberg couldn't get there as Dedic plays it high forward. Diffusion wins it in the air. Schaffelberg. Milovic chasing back to the far side and winning this one back as Dedic comes forward towards halfway for Bosnia. They'll go back towards Muharemovic. Just a 15th cap, 23-year-old defender. Huge talent. Playing in the top flight of Italy. Kolasinac down the left side. Alibegovic. Back to Muharemovic as Bosnia look to try and keep Canada at bay. Katic finds Dedic. Gigovic forward down that right side.
Good tackle from Cornelius. Read it well, the direction he wanted to go. Decent little spell this from Bosnia, though, trying to just take the sting out of the game.
Well, Kyle Laren started both of the pre-tournament friendlies, but found himself out of the team today, with Tani Oluwaseyi preferred up top. And now Laren will replace Oluwaseyi with under 15 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. Kyle Laren has scored 7 goals for Canada in this stadium. His last goal here against Panama last fall in a friendly in a 2-1 win. His first goal here, a 4-0 win in the World Cup qualifier against Dominica in 2015.
Awkward fall there for Alistair Johnston as he wins that header. Comes down. On his back, I think, but he's up, he's okay. Laren would have been bitterly disappointed when he heard the news he wasn't starting. He's going to use all that frustration now to get his country back in this game, to win the first point in the World Cup. And that's ball through.
Laren was chasing. He's made an impact on many occasions this season, coming in off the bench for Southampton, who were fighting for promotion to the Premiership this year. He was on loan from Mallorca in Spain, and the 31-year-old from Brampton has now made that move to Southampton permanent. He's the country's second all-time leading scorer, 30 goals in what is now 91 appearances, which takes him clear for second all-time. He was tied with Jonathan Osorio, who's on the bench today, the birthday boy Osorio. They're chasing down Atiba Hutchinson's 104 caps. Number 91 for Laren today.
I think interesting that he shared a lot of minutes at Southampton with Scottish international Ross Stewart, where the starts would come intermittently almost. So he is used to coming off the bench. He does know how to have an impact from the bench. And Jesse Marsh will be hoping that he can use the freshness in Laren's legs, and if the chance comes his way with his composure, he'll put it in the back of the net.
Bosnia very deep at the moment as Cornelius plays it across to the left side. Kone driving forward. Play through towards Kone. performances since the 2 minutes into October 2024. Just 1 goal in 24 appearances under Jesse Walsh. But he has made an instant impact. He got a unit on the same action. They're taking the back to back. It's Canada's second all-time leading scorer. Reduce the frustration of not starting to be the hero. Boy, did he deliver. The first touch off the thigh, the second touch off the boot, into the ball corner, so you can Morris, and Bosnia and now put back at 1-1. We needed this song, didn't we? We needed this moment at this stadium. Singing in unison now. At this point, just be careful. Yes, of course, they're on the way. To Cheese. And the 10 minutes plus stoppage time looking for what will be the first World Cup point.
Hey, Thomas! Hat or shade? What's your choice? Hat or shade?
In history, the first time they've equalised after going behind. And I think the last match afternoon might be over, but it doesn't look. It's a bit of crowd, maybe he's got his hands in his head, but he gave the universal message with the hands that he's going to have to come off. We think he'll be good at you. Replaces him, and it happens pretty often for the Bosnia and Herzegovina national team. His armband's going to come off, he's just cramped up, he's played pretty well. The 52-year-old, this will be their last challenge. Once they brought on Bosnia up top instead of Lukic, you think they're going to be there and drop into the game. It will be Dennis Burnage, the left back, who plays for Karlsruhe in Germany, who will be coming on to replace Kolasinac. So no players left on the pitch who were in the last Bosnian World Cup squad in 2014 now. Yeah, again, it's Burnage, good player, good on the ball. Someone I think can play excellent passes, lots of diagonal. Campbell has to be careful when he's in possession. More of a midfielder, probably not as good a defender as Kolasinac. Bosnian throw right by the Canadian technical area. Jesse Marsh is gesticulating to his strikers to get back. He wants Thomas David to drop in a little deeper here. It's the issue now, you always have that kind of 1-on-1 sort of front to Mr. Nathan. Mr. Butler, that's down on the right side, wishing a right defender, and is a corner. And wishing a right is furious, he thinks it should have been a goal kick. I thought it might have been a goal kick. One change left for Canada, I wonder if we might see Alfie Jones. And with all the subs over here at the moment, you can see Saliba and Azorio, Joe Waterman, probably the most active of the subs. He wanted that foul there, I think, more than was that. Rashford to the front post and going back, Kyle Lowry. David got the assist on Kyle Lowry's goal, so the substitutes connecting to get Canada back level in this one. Kyle Lowry on his second ever goal scorer at a men's World Cup. I remember the late hour in 2015 at Commonwealth Stadium as Christine Sinclair scored the penalty to break the deadlock. It was 0-0, but a privilege it was to call that one as Canada managed to score and win the game in their World Cup opener on home soil. Good-looking wildlife drama here. Christine Sinclair is in the house today here in Toronto watching on. Could go either way though right now. Well, this is hectic, isn't it? The Bosnia news is absolutely erupting as Canada. That is not just because it's a performance. It's pretty wild. Not dissimilar to last night's game. The real game between the real opponent in Czechia. He's doing a long through into the box. I mean, I don't know if a scorer will get for the next years at distance and close up. We'll certainly set the lead and leading solid hustling with the goal. Johnston's leaping throw. And we're away by Katic. Eustachio. Up right for Alistair Johnston. Played there by Bench. The good pairing ball in, but Katic does well. Managed to head it a good distance forward, and now here's the long ball forward, reaching the right, trying to get back here. Delirovic looking to create, goes backwards all the way to Delic. And they're able to get the bodies back as it comes to Simic.
Can't believe how many headers that Bosnia have won defensively. Well, actually all over the field, they just won so many aerial duels. Of course it's their strength, but it's been so impressive. Thomas David. Arms are up to the crowd to get things going here in Toronto. We'll pick it up into a frenzy behind the action. I talked again about how I've seen this program develop over 20 years. The first time Canada played here in September of 2007. And the first time covering this team. The growth of this team, the growth of this game, leading to this moment now. As over 40,000 look to try and will this side to a winning goal. Ahmed. Eustachio. Lucky from Ahmed. Go play it and go forward. Running behind, things can happen. Only fouled, a free kick coming. This will be the first draw of the tournament so far. How many minutes do we think are coming up here? As Sergei Barbares takes a lot of moment to rest his legs. He's back up now because the tension is so high. This game is on the knife edge. Be a sixth consecutive draw for Bosnia, 5 of them 1-1. De Fougeray, hot header, had to make it. Eustachio was fouled, and so was Ahmed. Eustachio has been magnificent in the last 30 minutes. He has roamed around the entire field. He's given himself going. He's just forcefully grabbed this game, not through so many moments of quality just through David and getting on the ball and inspiring his team as the captain to lead. To get back into this game, he's going to take this free kick. What a performance, what a leader's performance from Stefano Stacchio. In the final minutes of the 90, through Boston Basile, who's straight, isn't it? You're going to get more in the angle. We're playing it. We're waiting to see how much time is added on here. 6 minutes. And Jonathan Osorio getting set to come on in stoppage time here. I think 6 minutes is pretty fair. Maybe could have been a little bit more considering the hydration break. I mean, neither side really sitting back here, just kind of accepting this. They both feel like they can get a winner. Challenge going off past down, will play for the throw here, and Jonathan Osorio coming in, some fresh legs in midfield. It will be interesting to see who comes out here from Jesse Marsh's side. I think it's Eustachio. Yeah, it is, yeah. Seems like it's going to be Eustachio. Stefano Eustachio handing the captain's armband off to Alistair Johnston here. What a second half from Eustachio. We'll just take a moment to appreciate what this means for Jonathan Osorio. Toronto FC's captain on his 34th birthday. In a stadium where he has played for many years for both club and country, comes on for the final 6 minutes of stoppage time here. Alay Begovic. Wonderful feel of his. I think it's Milojevic who's in that position just to stop him making the channel run. You know that feeling. I've done it a few times as a centre back. You don't want to run back 40 yards, and as David tries to run into the channel, he just smashes into him. So 4 minutes of stoppage time remaining, but probably another 2 minutes beyond that still to be played here. Gigovic standing over the free kick. Amar Dedic with a high ball out wide to the right side. Thomas David didn't play particularly well. That goes to Kucherov. Now it's Kyle Laren, who also plays a big role defensively as well. From tactics. It's had a good match, off the same. He's been totally committed to the defensive display, and it's actually a really good fault given away from Bosnia and Herzegovina's perspective. Kyle Laren does the work to dribble out the pressure, and Canada are away on counter-attack. It would be an 8th successive game unbeaten in this stadium. It would be only 2 defeats in 34 all-time here in Toronto Stadium for Canada. The place they know well. A second half comeback. And minutes away from a first World Cup point. Kone. And they win that tackle, Larea. And Cody don't take any chances here. Let them never get the end of this game for Canada. Kyle. Osorio trying to Osorio puts it on. plenty of time to get over. Lovely work from Osorio, though. He was on the field to just calm things down. Use that terrific brain of his just to make good decisions, and it was a lovely little sliding and running and ball out to Ahmed on the right. How good is that being as well? The visual Ahmed himself with a visual. Cornelius. Lorraine hopping it out to the far side, gets it back from Shackelford. Australia. Shackelford up against Dedic. Right foot to the challenge. Lorraine to the to the job in the second half. Amazing collection play like this in Toronto. Seconds away from their first ever World Cup point. There's Lamb's touch, shot, and the ball's going back out of the pitch. The final also goes in Toronto. Absolutely went for it, totally deserved the equalising goal from the substitute Carlisle. From the goal they conceded over this goal, to get that first goal, you cannot lose the rest of the year Toronto. That's so significant. Next up is Qatar, Vancouver, and then the group will close against Switzerland. But this was again really in the context of the group. They want to finish in the top two, but they couldn't afford to lose it. They couldn't afford to lose this. They had to get something for it. I actually thought they would have been in danger of actually a loss of this. That goal from Lukic made the things have to open up a little bit. Bosnia defended well, but they didn't prevent too much going forward a little bit. Actually, I would say the things that attack for me, the corner would just get pressing and pressing, and some of the football at times was wonderful from me on the left-hand side of what the work. The substitutions from Jesse Marsh were at the right time and gave them some fresh pace and some impetus in a lot of the areas, and then that key substitution of Juno, I would say, from Bronze David with the assist to Larry's goal, tremendous stuff.
Excuse me, mate. Are you going to be coaching stuff anywhere?
TSN, one of the matches presented by Bima, official bank of Canada.